Hello and welcome to Omega Race on the Commodore VIC-20. And yes, I thought I'd play some VIC-20 games. I'm still going to be doing Commodore 64 games, but just felt like a bit of a change. I've done some Amiga games in the past, but yeah, I've been playing some VIC-20 stuff recently, so yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. I mean, there are some. It's like any system. There's some good games and some not so good games. Now this was a coin-op conversion and it came out on cartridge, which was bundled with a lot of VIC-20s that were sold, and it's quite a competent conversion. In many ways, it's better than the Commodore 64 version that came out later. This version has the title page and all the introduction text, and the gameplay seems a little better, to be honest. So it's quite a it's quite a decent conversion, and let's get started. So the original was a vector, vector display system. It wasn't a raster display system, but obviously they've changed it for the conversion, but they've tried to emulate the look of it, and it doesn't quite have the same amount of detail that the coin-op pads, but you get the idea. I mean, the ships obviously, especially the Meet Your Playercraft heat, is a lot more simplistic, but the idea is it's just a shoot 'em up. It's a bit like Asteroids, but you can bounce off the walls and off the centre console. And the idea is just to destroy each wave, while avoid getting shot yourself or crashing into anything. What makes this good fun to play is just the controls. They're really well done. They're much better than the C64 version. They've got a real nice feel to it, and just the right amount of sensitivity. Because the coin-op version had, I think it was played with a sort of dial, like a paddle to rotate the ship. But here you've obviously got to use the joystick. But I think that there was an option to use the VIC-20 paddles, but I never had any back in the day, so I'm not able to try that. I think in the VICE emulator you can maybe emulate it, but it doesn't seem any point. I don't own any paddles. You could try and use the mouse or something, but I don't really see the point. The joystick controls are good enough. Useless life. What happens is you've got all these sort of drones or droids, basic droids, and then eventually one of them will become the command ship, which will make its way towards you. You can see that, well, two of them actually, but only one of them can fire at a time, I think. And the other one turns into one of those sort of spinning things that are really horrible. And the game starts off easy, but eventually there's more ships to destroy in each level, or they take less time to become more aggressive. And yeah, they leave these sort of little mines, which are you better destroy those mines before they get in the way. Ah. So yeah, graphically, I mean, it's not exactly identical to the coin-op, but it captures the sort of idea of it. Everything moves smoothly enough. There's a bit of flicker, but it's not too distracting. Sound-wise, it's great. That's one thing about the VIC-20. It always had really great sound effects, real sort of arcade-style sound effects. The real sort of dirty sound to them that the 64 doesn't quite have, even though it's obviously much better for music. Yeah, and then you can change the colour scheme to some disgusting colours. Yeah, green and purple is particularly horrible. Obviously the VIC-20 only had 8 colour palette. much point in doing that really. But it was useful if you had some terrible colour settings on your telly. You could adjust it to compensate. Yeah, it lists what the various types of droids are here. Right. It just gives you what points they are. I think the coin up may actually say what they're called. So yep, that's Omega Race for you. I think it looks and sounds pretty good for a VIC-20 game. Gameplay is great. I mean, I used to always, every time I had the VIC-20 on, I would always play this game. It's a great game just to pick up and play. So yeah, if you don't fancy trying the coin-op version, give us a go. I mean, if you've got the VIC simulator, it's not just a Commodore 64 emulator; it's also a VIC-20 emulator. If you look in the folder, there's a XVIC executable. It's almost the same as using the C64 version, but there's an extra setting for the VIC-20 settings for the memory configuration. Obviously, this is a cartridge; you don't need any extra memory, but a lot of games require the 16K expansion or the 8K expansion or whatever. There's various configurations. It's definitely worth a try if you've never tried it before. Yep, that's Omega Race for you. What I'm going to give it? Well, I think this is a really good game, and I will give this. Oops, damn it! I'll give this 9 out of 10. It's a really great shoot 'em up. Probably still one of the best games that came out for the VIC-20 originally. Anyway, in its commercial life, even though it was a really early game. I can't remember the name of the guy that programmed it, but he just did a great job. It's an amazing job, really, considering that what it's got to play with. VIC-20, a very simple machine, but I think he did an amazing job, really, on this conversion. Yep, so 9 out of 10. See you in the next video.